since we've been talking about Cardi B, let's talk about it some more. So Cardi B is opening up about like her going on social media and talking about her kids because a lot of people was getting mad when her and Nicki were going at it, and they were basically saying, you know what, y'all can go at it or whatever, whatever, but leave the kids out of it. And it was like, and then for people to sit up here and say, well, Cardi started first, and I'm like, Cardi didn't start first. What Cardi said was, like, why are you on social media fighting with me about numbers and how many of your singles or your albums that you sold or whatever the case was, or billboard things and all these chart things and chart data and all that shit that I feel like Taylor Swift plays with her vagina over, because she another one that, in my opinion, is obsessed with numbers and beating people's records and all that other stuff. She is too obsessed with that. Um, but instead of fighting with me on social media, you need to be spending quality time with your son. It's his birthday. Like, why are you on the line with me with this foolishness? And people like, oh, well, you brought up kids first. But I didn't say nothing negative, though. I wasn't talking shit about your child. What I said was, you need to be spending time with your kid. Take him to Chuck E. Cheese, bitch. Leave me alone. That's all I said. But, bird brains who don't understand logically, who can't think logically or critically, the thing they're going to go with is, well, she brought up kids first. But did she call Papa Bear ugly? No. Nikki called Future ugly. And then that's when Cardi was out there talking about your son is slow. He need to be on the back of the bus or the short bus with a helmet on his head so to prevent him from banging it on the window, or he be banging spoons on the table. Well, that first part I said, what she said with the spoons, she did say that, and I did cackle. I was like, that was a little, harsh. Howsoever, you can't poke the bear, as I've said many a times, and tell the bear how mad to get. Keep telling y'all that. So now she's opening up about her fierce maternal instincts following a recent social media feud with Nicki, reflecting on what she calls her mother warrior moment. The 33-year-old Am I the Drama rapper, and how appropriate that she picked that title for the record, because it's been nothing but drama since that album came out. Spoke to paper for the latest cover story, sharing her thoughts as she prepares to welcome her fourth child with boyfriend Stefan Diggs, saying, quote, I'm just letting time flow right now. It's my fourth kid, so I'm already used to it. Well, yeah, you ain't give your coochie a break before you put out the last one. So of course you used to it. But she said, but I feel like definitely this week my mother warrior came out. I was fighting for my kids. She continued mentioning the controversy with the rapper. She said, this week I showed the world that I will get the most nasty about mine. And it felt so weird because I never had to get that nasty for my kids. But I did, and I really feel like a lioness, which is literally what I compared her to when this story first came out. I was like, yeah, she's basically like a lioness protecting her cubs. She also added, this was one of the moments I got tested the most about being a parent, but it also goes to show me how strong I am. And it just goes to show me that it's like, damn, I will really take it to the hell for mine, mentally, physically, anything, and I wouldn't care. Her words come shortly after a tense online exchange with Minaj, during which their children were briefly dragged into the feud before both parties appeared to issue a mutual truce. The feud reignited when Minaj allegedly criticized the sales of Cardi's recent album, Am I the Drama? In a series of now deleted Twitter posts, Cardi responded with posts of her own, defending herself and challenging Minaj to measure herself against her contemporaries like Rihanna, Taylor Swift, and Drake. Nothing more annoying than a bored expletive, Cardi wrote. You must have missed me, huh? Crazy. Now kiss my feet. The exchange escalated to personal attacks, with Cardi urging Minaj to seek help for past trauma. And we already went into that in the last thing. And then Minaj, in turn, reportedly encouraged her fans to boycott companies tied to Cardi B, citing past grievances with the rapper. You really think that they're going to sit up here and go online and Google schmoogle all the companies that align themselves with Cardi and just be like, you know what? Um, we're going to boycott the stuff and we don't want to have anything to do with these companies. Like if it was Adidas, oh, I got to start wearing Adidas sneakers because y'all fighting. These kids ain't willing to give all that up. A lot of them could barely stop eating from companies that are anti-LGBTQ, if they are queer, and anti-black. I want to know how many of these barbs stop shopping at Target. I'll wait. Also, Chick-fil-A. You know how many ninjas I see me going in and out of some damn Chick-fil-A? I ain't never ate Chick-fil-A in my life. I will say this though, I did try that sauce. And that's because you could buy the sauce in the store. And one time I did try the sauce. I forget what type of sauce it was. It tastes like French salad dressing. It wasn't bad. But I ain't never but I guess that's the only taste of Chipotle I got. I never ate a bland ass chicken. I never ate whatever else is on the menu. I don't know. Now I'll eat Shake Shack because I used to work there. But yeah, Chick-fil-A was never something I've had, so I can't speak on that. But so yeah, so you know, thinking about all this, I don't fault Cardi for coming out the way she came out. Like, if you're gonna get personal and start taking personal attacks on my children, calling them monkeys and ugly and all this other stuff, which y'all was so quick to get on Cardi B for using those type of isms towards black women, but y'all excuse Nicki for saying it. So why is it that you go after you go after Cardi, but not the other girl? These are two women. These are two island girls who are using those type of derogatory words to describe a child of color. Especially if when it comes to black folks, we dealing with colorism in this country. You referring to a dark skinned little girl as a monkey and saying these type of things. No, that's not what we doing. So if we're gonna hold one person, we gotta hold everybody to accountable. So yeah, that's all I got on that. So that's all I want to say. But I want to hear from you. What do you guys think of this story? Do you think that? I mean, even though look, I know that if we could get in our little moral high ground, when they go low, we go high. I'm sorry, I told y'all when they go low, I tap dance on every. Well, I say all seven rings of hell. That's what I usually call it. So yeah, I'm doing the moonwalk on all seven rings of hell. I don't give a good goddamn. I'm going as low as I can to the point where I want to see you wish that you weren't even a part of this earth no more. Like you're gonna find the nearest bridge and jump. Like that's how ruthless I get with my mouth and some of the things that I say. Like I don't give a good goddamn. I want you to feel every ounce of pain, and even when you feeling it, I want to just twist the knife a little bit more and graze it up against the bone, so that way I get a little more satisfaction out of pissing you off. So I could be real petty in that way. I try to be the bigger person with that, but what does being the bigger person get you? It don't get you nowhere. Sometimes people know that when you really get up in their face, because that's the only way you deal with a bully, they will eventually leave you the F alone. So sometimes you gotta nut when you buck in these type of situations. So I don't fault Cardi for coming out the way she was. And if Cardi was the one that initiated what she said, like got personal and told about Nicki's son first, I would have been on Nicki's side as well. But Nicki was the one that came off and was saying what she said. So that's why I'm Team Cardi in this situation. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.